How's it going, guys? It's your boy Nicky D here, and welcome back to the channel. It has been a while since I've done one of these videos. Back with the Elements of Justice. New episode dropped earlier today. I was thinking about doing the, watching the live stream of it, but, I was taking care of some stuff today. I was kind of keeping the house clean and all that, you know, adulting. That's how it be. I just want to say right now, I apologize in advance if my speech is a little weird. I might be lisping and slurring some words because I do have a bump right here on my lip. Might be a bit hard to see. It's just a sore that I keep biting by accident. I don't mean to. It's been going on for a couple weeks, so this thing hasn't gone down in a little bit. And believe me, it is a sore. It's definitely not a cyst. But yeah, so I might be lisping and slurring some words, so apologies in advance for that. But yeah, Elements of Justice. I'm very excited to see what this next case is. We already have a slight glimpse of what this would be, based off of what happened at the end of the previous case, where after Turning Page was, though he was guilty of murdering his father, and after all that stuff, we have this character that we've kind of seen glimpses of before come in and say, hey, the first case that you humans worked on, involving Coco Pamel. So yeah, she is not guilty, but the guilty party is still at large, and the guilty party is Rarity. So that just threw me through a whole loop right there. So yeah, I don't know what to say other than I'm very excited for this next case. I do know the only spoiler I really know about this case is that I Am Shadow 007 plays Celestia in this episode, which is cool because I recently just did a comic dub with her on Flaming Dash's channel, where it was a hell of a boss comic dub where I was Blitz and I Am Shadow was Luna. It's funny, she's Luna and Celestia. Kind of works out. So yeah, anyway, kind of been babbling for a minute. I just want to just jump right into it. All right, and throughout this time, thank God it's only a 55-minute video and not like the length of a Christopher Nolan movie. I got me a little bit of wine to sip on, and a freshly opened roll of Thin Mints. Actually, a freshly opened box of Thin Mints. Not sponsored. Shout out to my colleague Ryan with the hookup. All right, so Elements of Justice. Let's get it. Let's get it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, hello, Celestia.
Are you all right, my little pony?
Yes. Of course, Princess Celestia.
Oh, wait, that's the guy who died.
You're shaking quite a lot.
Well, I mean, I guess I am a little nervous. You know, since I am the one on trial, and since you're the one presiding...
The overall concept was on trial before?
No offense, Your Highness.
None taken, Mr. Concept. And I understand your nervousness. This kind of attention isn't something you're used to, I would imagine.
Now I understand how some of the actors I've
Love
worked with
animation
felt
here.
before a particularly nerve-wracking performance.
Wow, what a
Or
sentence.
right before
a lot of
performance
animation
of the
here.
coup, as I understand it.
That's only if you talk about it before the show begins, actually. It's a bit of a superstition in the world of theater.
I know that one. I used to do theater. I know that all too well.
I
Don't say
apologize.
Macbeth on
This seems
opening
rude
night.
of me, Your Highness.
Or actually,
But
don't say Macbeth in general.
why are you talking to me? Isn't the judge supposed to be impartial or aloof?
I suppose that is partially true, but technically speaking, I haven't called the courtroom to order. As such, I am not officially the judge at this moment. Likewise, you're not officially the defendant. So, you and I can enjoy a brief, pleasant conversation, if but for a little while. And I do enjoy talking with some pony from the theater. even though it's been a while since I
Yeah,
properly
the
watched
animation
the production
really,
myself.
like, if you compare, sorry to pause here, if you really compare the animation from the first episode to what we're seeing right now, it is impeccable. Like the journey that it has taken from where it was and where it's at now is incredible, especially in regards to the animation. Like, whoa.
Performed in one.
Thank you, Princess Celestia. I appreciate that.
And what about you, Miss Sonata?
Hey, my girl!
Yes, Your Honor? Unless you'd prefer Princess, I mean.
Your honor will suffice once we begin. Now, I couldn't help but notice you staring quite intently at the judge's bench. It was almost like you were trying to burn a hole into it. Has something upset you?
No. I'm just, I was remembering what some pony once told me. Some advice.
A friend, I presume?
I wouldn't say he was, no. I didn't know him for long.
This is your first official trial, isn't it?
It is.
It's certainly good for you to keep any and all advice in mind. But if you do not mind me speaking candidly, I believe you are already quite capable. Huh? Very few, if any, trainee attorneys would be in court after only 6 months of education.
6 months? Dude, in the USA, it's like I think 6 or 7 years of law school before you can even take the bar, and then, well, actually, I think you can take the bar at any time, really. I mean, as long as you pass it. But, like, typically speaking, from my understanding, if I remember my Law and Order and my Better Call Saul right, it takes someone 6 years to study law, 7 years maybe, to study law to become an attorney. 6 months of practicing. Holy cannoli, my dude. Sonata's goated with the sauce. Legal Eagle, watch out. Your days are numbered, dude. This Sonata may be coming for your job.
And no one has been able to accomplish that after serving a 6-month prison sentence. Speaking frankly, Miss Sonata, I believe that's something to be proud of.
It wasn't just me, though. So many others helped me. The new lawkeeper, she...
Does that really diminish your own efforts? Were they the ones who made that decision for you?
She's right. I can't focus on who or what got me here. I just have to focus on what I'm doing now.
Exactly.
I'll get you out of this mess, Mr. Concept, one way or another. Thank you, Your Honor.
Legal trouble was overall
Of course.
concept in...
Now then. Court is now in session for the trial of overall concept. Defense, are you ready to begin?
I am, Your Honor.
And the prosecution?
Ho! Ho! What's up, Trixie? Okay.
The great and powerful Trixie!
Yo, who's the VA is this?
Ready, Your Honor.
That's pretty good.
I had no idea the circus was back in town. Was that really necessary?
But of course. What is a performer if she does not perform? What is a star if she does not act as though she is always on stage? Though Trixie may have traded the tricks and thrills of her magic show for the trials and tribulations of the courtroom, she remains Trixie, the greatest entertainer in all of Equestria!
Trixie. Somehow I'm not surprised. I guess it's
Wasn't
true
she
what they
standing there
say.
the whole time?
You can
It's
take
not-
the
how did you
showmare
not
out of
notice
the
her?
show, but you can't take the show out of the showmare.
But Trixie understands you are right. Now is not the time for theatrics. There is a job to do. And regardless of the circumstances, Trixie intends to do her duty to the fullest of her abilities.
Ah, well, the court is quite glad to hear it.
Huh. I thought it would take something like a raging Ursa Minor to put Trixie's eccentricities to bed.
Yeah,
But
that's a
what
good
that
point.
means for her skill as a prosecutor.
Now that both the defense and prosecution are ready, I believe we can begin. Prosecutor Trixie, your opening statement, if you would, please.
So is this going to be the whole episode, or is this just going to be like a Trixie versus Sonata in the case of overall concept? I mean, I'm not against it. Don't get me wrong. As long as it builds exposition for like whatever comes next.
Yes, Your Honor.
Here goes. Time to see what Trixie has up her sleeve.
Seems like it though.
The victim was an Earth Pony mare named Estella Pantomimia, or Stella to those closest to her.
Stella!
Together, she and her twin sister, Espy, lived in Manhattan, with the victim making a living as a costume designer.
Estella Pantomimia. I've heard of her and her work. She made her debut with Bridal Way's theater production of Flash Royale, didn't she?
That's right, Your Honor. The papers were quick to label her as one of the most promising designers of her generation. Many gave her the moniker, the Stellar Designer. Trixie has seen a few of Estella's designs herself, and must admit the nickname was hardly an exaggeration.
Unless my ears were mistaken, that was a genuine compliment from Trixie.
Yeah.
But that doesn't seem right. What game is she playing?
It is unfortunate
She's playing
then,
chess.
that Stella's career was cut tragically short by a truly brutal act.
Wait.
Murder.
They
Oh,
say that
so
stars
wait.
shine the
So overall concept is on trial for murder, and then this guy he gets killed maybe a few months later. Wow, what a tangled web we weave.
brightest inevitably end up fading the quickest. We have truly lost one such example.
Indeed, Your Honor. And there is only one pony to blame for that loss. None other than the accused overall concept. The prosecution intends to prove his guilt today and bring justice, however late, to Estella Pantomimia.
So that's how she intends to play this, painting this as a crusade for justice. That's certainly a far cry from who she used to be. I guess she's not the only pony who's changed. And it certainly looks like she believes in what she says, which will make it all the more difficult to prove her wrong.
Has the victim's sister been contacted?
Trixie has tried, but it has proven more challenging than she anticipated.
Wait, does the sister not know she's
Why is
dead?
that?
Oh,
Your Honor, it seems SB Pantomimia has
she's dead too.
disappeared.
Oh,
Disappeared?
Yes, Trixie isn't sure where she's gone, if anywhere. But what is certain is that SB's no longer in Manhattan. The police haven't found even a trace of her since she was last sighted. She's just gone.
I see. That is troubling. I hope that we are able to locate her then, even if it's only to deliver the bad news. And how did Mr. Concept know of Mrs. Stella Pantomimia?
Overall worked at the same place as the victim, Bridal Way Theater. He was her fellow costume designer, actually.
Are you saying they were rivals?
Not exactly. By most accounts, they were friends. Stella, Overall, and even SB.
Most accounts? What do you mean?
Well, Trixie isn't in the habit of spreading rumors, but a few tabloids did see the two of them together quite a lot outside of work hours. Some even went so far as to say the two were an item. Now,
Objection!
yes, conjecture.
Don't tell me you think we should listen to the words of some gossip column.
Am I using that word right?
Is it really
Any
a crime
legal,
for two
people,
ponies
let me
to
know.
date each other? Is that what you think makes my client guilty?
if Miss Early Start would let Trixie finish, maybe she'd hear what Trixie thinks.
I'm also curious.
Yeah, Trixie's
What
got a point. Let her
relevance do
finish.
these tabloids
I'm gonna let you finish, but
While many are little more than rumor mills, they did point out that, with how Estella was quickly growing as a star, it'd be no time at all before she overtook Bridal Way's current head designer. Overall concept.
I see. So even though they were friends, you believe that this would have changed?
Trixie has seen what passion can make a pony do first hoof, Your Honor. And if passion spirals into jealousy,
It can lead to sorrow beyond measure.
No! I can't let Trixie get away with this! That is still conjecture at best.
Oh, hey, I guess
Not
I was
to
using that
mention
word right.
completely contradicted by what you just said. Mr. Concept was friends with both Estella and Espy. Why would he want to hurt the one but not the other? I believe the prosecution would do well not to spread baseless rumors.
Trixie admits that this is a thin argument at best. If it pleases the defense, Trixie will refrain from digging into the defendant's personal life.
Then,
But Trixie still contends that overall Concept murdered Estella Pantomimia. And Trixie has the evidence to prove it.
Show us the receipts, girl.
well, at least I've gotten us away from that uncomfortable implication. But what should I do now?
A quick tip. It's probably better to wait until we start making actual arguments before you object to anything.
You mean that wasn't you making an argument?
Hardly. I was just getting warmed up. But I appreciate the compliment.
It really wasn't one.
Now it's been, what, a year since I last saw you? Does that sound about right?
Something like that. Surprised to see me?
Only a little. I'm more surprised to see you standing over there, of all places. I wouldn't have thought the defense's bench would suit you. Maybe you were better off as just a witness.
And maybe you'd be better off as just a traveling magician?
Fight, 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 fight,
And
fight, fight!
powerful Trixie is hardly a one-act-fits-all mare.
Really? You could have fooled me. I mean, you still kept the silly hat and cape.
There is nothing silly about my hat and cape.
I don't know, it's a little
Besides,
silly.
when it comes to accessories, at least I'm consistent with what I wear.
God.
So you remember the clothing choices of every mare you talked to?
Only the ones who are into...
Defense? Prosecution? You can't court here. This is a courtroom.
Right, Your Honor.
Of course, Your Honor. Trixie shall save this for another time.
Now then, Prosecutor Trixie, you mentioned evidence.
Trixie did indeed, Your Honor. But Trixie also has indisputable testimony to provide, too. Together, these will fully demonstrate overall Concept's guilt.
She's confident, like she has all the answers. Whatever this evidence and testimony are, they're at least strong enough to make her think she's got this case wrapped up.
Right,
There
yeah.
has to be some area she's not given proper thought. Time to shine a little light on those dark corners.
Gotta find the holes in her
To him
story.
and to myself, that I can do this.
Oh.
I'm glad they're at least treating you somewhat better than the last time you were here.
Oh, hey. Flash forward.
You okay, Sonata?
Oh yes, thank you.
You just went a little quiet is all.
I'm fine. Don't worry. Look, I get it. I'm the last pony you want to see, let alone talk to right now. But I can't help unless you open up to me. And I do want to help you, Ms. Dash. She's been like this ever since we arrived. I haven't managed to get a word out of her. I know why, but... Ms. Dash, you and I both know you don't deserve to be here. Again. If you could just
Yeah, why
tell
is
me
she back
your
there?
side of the story.
Wasn't it Rarity that was dragged away? Or is this a different points in the timeline? Or am I just overall confused?
I'm sure we can figure out what to do next.
Yeah,
This
why
going
is she in the
absolutely
pen?
nowhere.
Rainbow, do you want to know how the others are doing?
The others? You mean like Rarity, right? What's been going on? I know she was arrested, but beyond that, well, I've just kind of been here, you know?
Did something happen with Rainbow Dash? I forget. Why is she back in the pen? Like, it was Rarity that was arrested, unless Rainbow Dash, I don't know, like, punched a real guard or something, I don't know.
Apollo's decided to defend her. He's in Manhattan right now, along with Trixie, Spike, and Applejack. They're doing everything they can to save Rarity. I can promise you that.
Right. That's good. I guess.
Given how Rainbow reacted after Sweetie's trial last week, No wonder she feels conflicted. This whole situation is odd, though. 2 element bearers being accused of a crime? It's unlucky at best, and suspicious at worst. I wonder... Oh, right. Sweetie Belle is with every pony in Manhattan as well.
Wait, what? They're just letting her walk around like nothing happened?
Rainbow! Come on, she's just a kid. That's uncalled for.
Uncalled for? After what she did?
Ms. Dash, how would Ms. Rarity feel if she could hear what you're saying about her sister?
Ugh. She wouldn't take it well, that's for sure. And it probably doesn't help that she's stuck in the detention center.
Like Scootaloo, and yourself last time.
No! You don't get to make that comparison. Not you. Never you.
Alright, I won't. Even so, surely you must realize that it isn't fair treating Sweetie Belle this way, right?
Fair? Fair? Ha! That's right, coming from you.
I'm just saying.
Yes, Sonata. I'm sure you know exactly what makes anything fair. It's not like you've never lied or cheated your way to the top before. Oh wait, that's right. You did. And we all know what happened next, don't we? Don't talk to me about what's fair, Sonata.
She's right. I can't tell her what is and isn't fair. Not after what I did.
Yeah.
Even so, I can't let her bottleneck me. It's her life on the line, no matter what she thinks. I understand you don't want to talk to me. So, it would at least be helpful if you knew some pony who would. Is there any pony that comes to mind?
Why? So you can bother them with your dumb questions?
Would you rather I keep bothering you instead?
No, but you're here anyway.
Exactly. So, if you want me out of your mane, it would be best if you could give me a name. Just one. That's all.
No way! I ain't gonna talk to you, and I'm sure as heck not gonna let you talk to...
Ah? So there is some pony that can give us some
Little Freudian
information?
slip there, Rainbow Dash.
Who?
Uh-oh.
Forget it! I'm done talking! Go away!
Ms. Dash, please. This pony. They could help. If you would just let me know who they are. Silent again. I'd applaud her for the consistency if it wasn't so frustrating.
Eh.
Then it appears we're at a stalemate.
Perhaps so. However, no matter how strong some pony's defense may be, there is always an opening. Once you're aware of the pieces in play, it's simply a matter of utilizing them to find a way to corner your opponent.
Ah, chess, huh? Do you play?
I did, often. Do you?
Nah, I'm more of a poker guy, admittedly. But what's that got to do with Rainbow?
Just watch.
I got that reference, because I think... Now, I've never played any of the Apollo games, but I'm pretty sure in the first Apollo case, Phoenix Wright is called to testify, and he's talking about a certain poker game that he plays, and one involving 2 decks, if I remember right.
Rainbow thinks she can
Freaking
keep
space.
quiet? Fine. Then I'll just force her to open up. Using words and words alone. Now then. I'll need to break through every line of defense Miss Dash puts up against me. This pony she's protecting. It's vital I identify who they are. Using what I know about Rainbow Dash, what is the most optimal strategy to employ in order to do so?
It's weird. I don't remember when Rainbow Dash got arrested, unless there was something I missed.
Quit staring! You can bug me all you want. I'm not saying squat.
Given that she doesn't want to reveal the identity of this mystery pony, I'd say it's likely to be one of her friends. She won't make this easy, though. I doubt she'll even engage me directly. Unless... I provoke her in some way. The right way, that is. When it comes to those she cares for, Rainbow is loyal. She'd be willing to come to a friend's aid, especially if it's against some pony she doesn't trust to begin with. That means I'll need to watch my tongue. If I say something too out of line or something clearly wrong, it'll cost me. As will standing around thinking about what to say. I need to strike while the iron is hot. And correctly at that. Time is of the essence. All right. That should do it. Let's begin.
Logic test. Okay. This is gonna be fun.
So, this pony you mentioned, what was their role in the incident? Well, here goes nothing. What should I say?
Things so quiet, why are they somehow responsible for residues? I'd say, yeah, the middle one.
Don't tell me they were somehow responsible for your arrest.
What? No! That's crazy!
Why do you say that?
'Cause it's obvious!
To you, perhaps, but not to others like myself.
Yeah? Well, no pony cares what you think.
Damn.
And what about the police? Surely their opinion matters, if not mine.
Well, yeah, obviously. But they're not stupid. They probably already talked to her.
Ah, it's a female. Her. Okay.
Her. Is that right?
It's probably a main
Her?
6 member.
They? Who cares?
The police, for one. Now, why would they need to talk to this mare?
'Cause she's my friend. They wanted to talk to ponies I know and stuff.
So probably
That seems
main
rather
6 or
selective.
maybe
Why this friend specifically? None of your
I
other
think
friends
that's
have
whoever the
been
heck her name was.
contacted, to my knowledge. I have a feeling I know why. I may as well put her out of her misery on this one.
probably the top one. Yep.
I'm sorry, Ms. Dash. I can see you're trying to protect her. I really can. But enough is enough.
What?
You said it yourself. The police have spoken to your friend. Naturally, they would have a good reason for this.
Probably Fluttershy.
Tell me. She's a witness, isn't she?
I'm calling it right now. It's Fluttershy.
Ugh, okay, fine. Yeah, she was there. She saw what happened.
And who was she?
Pinkie Pie.
Oh, I was
That
wrong.
makes sense. From what I know, those two are quite close. Why were you so insistent on keeping that from us, though?
'Cause I don't want to talk about her behind her back. We're friends. Not like you'd understand.
Damn. Emotional damage.
You happy, Sonata? Good. Now take the hint and leave me and my friends alone.
I don't intend to, Ms. Dash. I just want to help. And that can only happen if you tell me what you know.
Don't you get it yet? I'm not talking to you about any of that stuff.
So you say. But unfortunately, I can't let this go. Now that I've confirmed Pinkie's role in this, the next step is to determine what Rainbow is keeping from me. Mainly her involvement, and the reason behind her detainment. Once I'm aware of these things, we can actually start to make some headway. She'll likely try and keep quiet again. But letting her run her mouth when provoked seems to be working rather well. Time to draw out this information, for good.
Top or bottom one?
How are you specifically involved in this incident, Ms. Dash? There's little sense in asking this without something to back me up. Perhaps another question might help? Did you know
great.
the victim by any chance?
No, not at all. Heck, I've never even talked to her before.
Oh? Not at all? Not even in passing?
Like I'd ever. No way.
Yeah, wait this one out.
Do I have to spell it out to you? Jeez. Look, I never talked to her. Got it?
Can you repeat that?
Her, you say? That is quite interesting to hear, Ms. Dash.
Oh. Oh, I didn't even
don't
pick that
recall
up.
mentioning the victim was a mare.
Well, yeah, duh. arrested me. Wrongly, by the way.
You certainly don't appear to hold the victim in high regard. If you've never spoken to her, why is that the case?
When you hear stuff about some pony, you sort of make up your mind about them pretty quick, okay?
Somehow, I doubt all of this is as simple as she's claiming it is. Very peculiar choice of words, though. She's never even talked to her, as opposed to... Yes! This might be the clue I was looking for.
Oh! That's that
Ms.
you never
Dash,
talked to her.
I ask again, how are you involved in this incident?
Different thing, different thing.
There's no point in playing dumb.
Dumb?
She doesn't have to play dumb, because she is dumb. Ah! Got him!
You've already misspoken. Fatally so. You said, quite clearly, that you'd never even talked to the victim. Rather odd, isn't it? Saying that, instead of never having seen her.
Ugh, fine. I've seen her around before, sure. But like I said, I barely know her. I'm too busy, you know?
Busy doing what?
Napping.
What do you think? Wonderbolt Reserve's training, of course. An athlete's gotta be focused on making sure she's at the top of her game.
I'd have thought you'd train together. With the other reserves, I mean. Not by yourself. I also assumed the Wonderbolts cared deeply about team spirit. I suppose that's just not the case, though.
We do!
Yeah.
What would you know about team spirit anyway, huh? You've never done anything for any pony but yourself. But the Wonderbolts? They're a team. There's a bond there. We look out for each other. It's not our fault if some pony doesn't think that matters, okay?
Yeah. Still a little fresh to see the press
Well,
a little bit further.
all I'm saying is, if some pony doesn't get that, they're not Wonderbolt material. She definitely wasn't. And I'd never want to train with some pony.
Probably
like
Lightning
that.
Dust or whatever the heck her name was.
Is that so? Well, that's interesting.
What the heck are you talking about now?
She? Meaning the victim in this incident, I take it. So you're both a part of the Wonderbolt's reserves then? Which
Maybe
makes
not
sense,
Lightning Dust?
given that the victim was found at the Wonderbolt Academy after all. Which finally answers my question as to your involvement. You've been accused of hurting a fellow member of the Wonderbolt reserves.
Fine. Yeah, that's it. Just lay off.
So maybe this is just a separate case that happened between the time skip.
And that,
And we're just
as they say,
dropping right into
is
it.
checkmate.
Because if that's the case, then I wish we got a little bit more exposition regarding it.
That was amazing, Sonata! I didn't think she'd talk. You certainly have a knack for this.
Well, when I was younger, I figured out how to read others to find what they were hiding.
When I was a young mare.
Turn the first place to a gold mine. The word is yours, you can have it, that's the old mine.
Okay, I'm an idiot. I turned off the camera by accident. When I pressed the spacebar to pause the video, and then it paused the recording. So I'm not sure if the kit just picked up, but when I was saying when I was younger, I figured out how to read others and find out what they were hiding, and I parodied that one song, "When I Was a Young Mare." Okay.
That way, I could use that information to my advantage. It made for a difficult foalhood, admittedly.
Your foalhood?
Yeah,
You could just call
Anyway.
it childhood.
that's not important right now. Ms. Dash, are you ready to talk to us?
Ugh, fine. I guess I don't really have a choice, do I?
Nope.
But I'll make this quick. I don't want to waste time explaining stuff you should already know. So no more pointless questions, got it?
I wouldn't have had to ask any if you just cooperated. Very well. Could you tell us the victim's name then?
Her Wonderbolt reservist, just like me.
Oh yeah, you mentioned before you always wanted to join. Congrats!
Thanks, Nix. It wasn't easy, and it took a lot of hard work, but I finally made it.
Did Streamline become a reservist around the same time you did?
No, she became one a little bit later. I never heard of her before, and then she suddenly found her way onto the team. Not like she deserved it, though.
Goddamn.
Why's that?
Because she just doesn't, okay?
Definitely a sore subject. You probably shouldn't ask her why she feels that way. At least, not until she's calmed down.
Agreed. What exactly happened at the academy?
We were doing training exercises.
Didn't you say you'd never train with some pony like her?
Yeah.
Then, what happened to make you change your mind that day?
Maybe it was assigned partners or something.
They said I had to. For the good of the team.
They being...
The Wonderbolts, probably.
Our captain.
Oh, Spitfire.
So we were all there. Even me. With
Probably Spitfire or Sword.
her.
And what sort of training exercises were you all doing?
Push-ups, sit-ups, plenty of juice, the usual Wonderbolt stuff.
The usual
stuff.
stuff? What about, I don't know, wing push-ups or something?
No offense, Nix, but what would you know? You're not a Wonderbolt. You don't even have a pair of wings.
Weird flex, but
Though
okay.
your name suggests you should.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, they agree on something.
Ugh, you know it's a bad thing if we both agree on that. Your name totally doesn't fit.
Yeah.
Well, I'm always flying by the seat of my pants in court, aren't I? I was expecting a little pushback from that, you two.
Hey, when you're right, you're right.
It's just, you seemed rather at ease with the notion, Mr. Wright. Which is a little concerning.
It was a terrible joke, and you should feel bad.
Let's just get back to the case at hand, alright?
Right. So, just as we were moving into a typical flight routine, Streamline collapsed.
She collapsed?
Yeah, and that's when I got arrested.
Just collapse?
Well, why would they arrest you in the first place?
The police think I had something to do with it.
And what exactly do they think you did?
So exactly, well, I want to know, like, exactly what happened here. So, like, is she just collapsed? Like, did her heart give out? Was she having a stroke mid-flight? Like, I'm more curious about that. Because, like, if Rainbow Dash were to murder her midair, like, you would think, like, there would be some indication that, like, Rainbow Dash hits her in a certain spot to kill her. You know, like, hit, like, a certain nerve or something. Because if she just collapsed mid-flight or something, you would think, like, her heart gave out, or she had a stroke, or, like, some aneurysm or something.
Could you repeat that, Ms. Dash?
They think I poisoned her,
Ooh.
okay?
Poison?
That's why
Who had that on their bingo card? Poison? Okay, well, okay, sure, why not, whatever.
she collapsed. Which is a load of
Poisoned
horse.
her? Not murdered.
Watch your profanity.
Yeah? Sheesh, Sonata, keep up, would ya?
Does that mean Streamline's still alive?
I guess? How should I know? No ponies told me anything about what's happening out there.
Did the police at least tell you how they think you poisoned her? Or why they suspect you?
Nope. The guards weren't exactly the talkative type.
Not like you were either.
Heh.
Let me reframe the question. Why you specifically? Why don't the police suspect, say, one of the other Wonderbolts?
Who knows?
Probably because she has a record?
Probably.
Record.
Just a case of me being in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Ms. Dash, I must insist you...
Well, Nix, what's the plan for getting me out of all of this, huh?
Well, Sonata's actually the one leading your case, not me.
What? Don't tell me you think I actually did it!
No! No one said that.
Of course not. It's just...
I volunteered.
Skip it,
tribute.
Sonata. I already talked to you enough today.
I love how whenever you hear those like thwop sounds, like in the camera, and the whole thing shakes, you even see the guard shake a little bit too. That's such a cool detail. I love that.
Come on, Nix. You gotta help me out. I know this looks bad, but we've been in bad scenarios before, remember? And you've never let any pony stop you from winning. Not Gilda, not Trixie, not some stuck-up blackmailer.
Bro.
Charming.
Point is, Nix, I know if you were my lawyer, we'd be able to come out on top.
Rainbow, I know you want me for this, but...
Pause! I know you want me for this. Oh! Keep it PG! Keep it PG, Nick! Get it together! PG! PG! This is a children's show, damn it! Mind out the gutter! Mind out the gutter!
Well, I suppose this is somewhat better than getting the silent treatment. But she doesn't trust me at all. And she certainly won't, even if I try and force her to. Maybe I should take a page from Mr. Wright's playbook. Ms. Dash, I know you don't trust me, but believe me, I meant what I said earlier. You don't deserve to be in jail. And I know you'd never poison some pony. Even if you don't believe in me, at least believe that much.
Sonata's already done so much to help us out too, you know. She discovered evidence that saved Scootaloo in the other trial. Remember?
Yeah, I remember.
I remember.
Sonata says she's a changed mare, and I believe her, and in her too. If it helps to know, Sonata will have my help in the trial, so she won't be going in alone. I'll be her co-counsel, so I'll be right beside her the whole time.
Ms. Dash, I promise, I will do anything to save you.
You'd better.
So you're okay with this, then?
As long as Nix is there, everything should be good. No surprises. Know what I mean?
Of course.
Time's up, you three. I'll be taking the suspect in for further questioning. Oh, one more thing. I've been instructed to inform you that the trial will begin later this afternoon.
Whoa! That's pretty quick. Later this afternoon is when the trial... What? That's barely any prep, dog.
What? That's hardly any time at all.
Just as right for the prosecution, too.
I'm sorry, sir, but the prosecution insisted.
Who's the prosecution? Is it Trixie again?
Of national importance, so it'll be best to have it sooner rather than later.
Bro!
And given who the...
Did the police conduct, like, a full investigation? Oh my god, dude. It's like remember in Back to the Future, the second movie, Marty's son was found guilty within 24 hours after breaking into the museum. And Doc Brown was like, the justice system moves swiftly in the 21st century, which is not true. It's still a pretty long, drawn-out process, even to this day. But holy crap, that was quick.
Defendant are. I suppose that would make sense. Still. Thinking it over now, maybe I should have realized earlier that this was more than a simple poisoning. That last look Rainbow gave me, as inscrutable as it was, seemed to indicate so. But I had no time to confront it. Perhaps I should have pushed Rainbow harder, or gotten that guard to give us more time to talk, or... Of course, the thing about hindsight is, you never find it until after the fact.
Yeah, hindsight's 20/20.
And foresight never before. But that's how the past traps you, lulls you into a false sense of safety. How it makes you think it's this innocent thing, inert, dead, final. You think it can't hurt you once it's become the past. In thinking this, you believe it somehow will help you understand the present. That it'll help uncover what lies beneath the shadow of time and memory. And you get so caught up, thinking about what you did or didn't do, or what you should have done, how you should have known better, that you fail to see the story for what it is. Until it's too late.
Yeah.
Hard to believe we're back here again, Polly?
After what we had to put up with, yeah.
So we're seeing
it
two
kind of is.
cases simultaneously.
And Prince you-know-who.
So we got an
wasn't
A-plot
busy
and a B-plot.
admiring himself. He could have taken a look at the case instead. Maybe then the police wouldn't have forced us to not investigate till the prosecutor wrapped up everything on his end.
I bet he's doing this on purpose. After what happened at the last trial, he's trying anything he can to win this time. Even mess with our investigation.
Come on, you two.
You know what's crazy? Okay, so I just want to mention something really quick here. It's a little thing that I noticed that kind of blew my mind. So a couple weeks ago, actually a few weeks ago, I started watching this anime called Black Lagoon. And the girl who plays Revi in Black Lagoon, she's the same person who plays Gilda in Sonata Dusk in MLP, which is mind-boggling. And turns out a lot of MLP voice actors were in Black Lagoon. Ashley Ball was in it, Tabitha St. Germain, and Kathleen Westlock. And do you know what's funny? So in Turnabout Storm, the very first MLP Phoenix Wright crossover, Nowaking played Gilda, and Nowaking was also did a Black Lagoon parody called Dark Swamp, where they played Revi there. So I'm just like, wow. So Nowaking has played the characters that this girl who played Gilda and Revi as well. I think that's kind of funny. I'm keep blanking out the name. It's a bit of a long name. I can't remember this girl. This woman rather. But hey, shout out to her. Like who has an incredible voice acting range. Weird thing to point out in the middle of this. Anyway, back to this.
Things have been pretty rough, yeah. But we're here now. Look.
It doesn't seem like a lot has changed, though.
Hey, yeah. Even that receptionist looks the same. Oh, maybe it's her twin sister?
I don't think she has a twin sister.
Still, I never thought we'd come back here. And definitely not for the same reason as the first time. The way this place draws in bad omens? I don't like the coincidences one bit.
I agree.
Granny Smith always used to say that coincidences are just ways of seeing the world's levers and pulleys for what they are.
I like that. Somebody put that on a t-shirt. Like, I have never heard that phrase before. That's good. Granny Smith. She's the Uncle Iroh of the MLP universe. And Applejack is still the best.
I know Rarity's innocent, and I know there has got to be some rational reason for what's happening. But that don't mean I'm comfortable with the fact that it's happening in the first place. If it is just a coincidence, or just a bunch of mistakes on the part of some pencil pusher, it's in poor taste.
No, it's definitely a mistake. And that's what we're here for. We're gonna prove that Rarity's innocent and save the day. Like we always do. And I'll bet that Apollo's already figured out how to do just that. All without needing a trial.
Well, if that's true, then I want to help. In any way possible.
Hopefully that doesn't mean sending any more blackmail letters.
Oh! Spike! Calm down, homie.
Was it a mistake to bring both Sweetie Belle and Spike along?
Yes.
Honestly, given how everything ended after Sweetie's trial, I'm surprised the two haven't argued more on the train ride here. Still, I think we need to keep an eye on both of them. They're just kids. After all, they're liable to go off on just about anything. And I can't have that happen. Not while I'm trying to save Rarity. We'll do what we always do, Sweetie Belle. interview a few witnesses, investigate the crime scene, and gather clues. That'll let us have a compelling argument to prove Rarity couldn't have committed the crime.
Yeah! This is basically the bread and butter of the Write Anything agency. Don't you worry.
But what about figuring out where we need to go?
Don't worry about that neither. Remember that story I told you a while back? About how I got my cutie mark? I got myself a history in Manhattan, you see. Anywhere we need to go, I'll guide us there guaranteed.
That definitely would be helpful, Applejack. Thank you.
I love Applejack so much.
Okay, Applejack.
Pardon me, but may I be let through, please?
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Oh, hey, it's that guy.
Mr. Playwright, you're just the pony we wanted to see.
I am?
He is?
Ah, it's you two. You were with that Mr. Wright fellow, yes?
Right. My name's Apollo Justice. I'm a defense attorney.
And I'm Trucy. Trucy Wright.
With all these rights, we definitely left the original point of this conversation.
Boo!
I must say, it is quite the surprise to see you both again. Though your entourage still remains impressively large. Do all of you need me for something then?
Yes.
We do have a habit of dragging around a lot of people with us.
We do. You probably heard about it, but our friend Rarity was arrested recently. The police think she had something to do with Overall Concept's death. Can you believe that?
I did hear about that. It is absolutely absurd. She's a national hero for Celestia's sake.
I know, right? This whole thing makes no sense. Rarity doesn't have anything to gain from this. Whatever evidence they have must be fabricated.
Well, you'll hear no argument from most of the staff. Many of them can hardly believe it.
Wait, most? You mean some ponies really think Rarity did it?
Not me, of course, but some of the temporary staff.
Fire them.
They've heard about the Ponyville trial from last week, and they're starting to think, well, anything's possible. Even the most morbid of scenarios.
Well, they might have lost faith, but I won't. I'll
Attaboy,
keep my
Apollo.
bond with my client, no matter what happens.
Attaboy.
But the one taking this the hardest is obviously Coco. Her friend being arrested for the same crime she'd been accused of. I've tried to comfort her, but there's only so much one pony can do, you know?
Well, this is a change. I guess Miss Pomel's trial really was a wake-up call for him. That's what we're here for, Mr. Playwright. We want to help Rarity, and we were hoping you could help us do that.
Of course! How may I be of assistance?
Could you tell us about Rarity's connection to Bridalway Theater, for starters?
To our theater? You mean besides through Coco? I'm afraid there isn't one.
Wait, what? Are you serious?
I am serious. Once she did participate in a fashion show that was held at Bridalway, but formally she doesn't work here. And while her fashion line does intersect with the world of theater, that's really the full extent.
So there's no direct connection?
None that I can think of.
Is that a good thing, you reckon?
I do.
That face. Oh my god, that's so cute. That's so cute. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh. Oh god. That oh, I can look at that forever. Oh.
I mean,
I do reckon.
Yeah,
I do declare.
It means there's more reason to think that Rarity wouldn't have any reason to want to hurt Bridalway. What about her connection to Overall Concept? Anything there?
That's trickier to answer. They certainly knew each other well enough to call in favors. The ring, as you'll no doubt recall.
So they were friends.
Honestly, I'm not sure if that's the correct label, but they were certainly on good terms. Not that I'm surprised, now that I think about it.
Why is that?
Well, I know that previously I would not have, been inclined to worry about my employees and their feelings. But one thing I did hear a lot was how nicely Overall got along with just about any pony. It's probably why he and Coco hit it off so well in the first place. And why she always spoke so glowingly of him, poor thing.
What about the rest of the theater staff?
Same goes for them too. They loved him. Mr. Hawkins, Miss Coltman, and Mr. Gaitis. Oh, and there was Espy and I mean Stella.
Espy and Stella?
Oh, that's right, because you went by
Who are
her
they?
name, right?
The
Stella.
Pantomimias. Twin Earth Pony sisters. Stella was a costume designer here once.
Once?
She disappeared one day. She and her sister. No explanation, no warning. Just poof.
That doesn't seem right. Ponies can't just disappear into thin air like that.
Didn't Athena's case last week involve teleportation?
She doesn't mean literally, Polly. Sorry, Applejack. His attitude has really taken a nosedive since coming to this world.
You don't gotta apologize, Trucy. I see his point. Apollo? I know I ain't Twilight, so I can't exactly speak on magic and whatnot. But you haven't lived in this world all your life. We ponies, we like to stick together. That's just who we are. The idea that any one of us can just vanish off the face of Equestria? That doesn't make a lick of sense.
I agree, and yet it really did happen. All of us were hurt by it.
Okay, so everybody here knows that those two, Stella and Espy, just gone. Okay. But in the prologue, or excuse me, the exposition of this episode, it says that one of them was murdered, and the other was just poofed, disappeared. Now, I'm not sure if this might be just jumping the gun and talking about this too soon, but given off of what I'm feeling now, I'm thinking that trial was behind closed doors. Because, like, especially considering the fact that Sonata, Celestia, and Overall Concept, they were all just talking to each other just super casually. And then, trial began, like that. No cutaway, no time lapse, just like, well then, after, I think we had a good conversation, let's begin the trial! So, I'm willing to bet that was a trial held behind closed doors. So everything was kind of like hush-hush about it.
Overall, especially. He, Stella, and Espy were close friends.
That must have been devastating for Overall. An orphan already. To lose ponies close to him.
When exactly did they, disappear?
Admittedly, my memory is a little hazy.
How? You're the director. Shouldn't you, like, know your actors' schedules and everything?
That's the receptionist's job, usually.
Damn.
The so-called visual genius failing to see how lazy this makes him look. He can't make this stuff up.
Ah, wait, now I remember. It was about 6 months ago. Yes, around that time frame.
Do you remember if there was anything off about them before then? Or if they mentioned that they were planning on going somewhere?
Honestly, no. But it has been a while. And, as you know, a lot has happened since then. But I can ask some of the staff. See if they remember anything. If you'd like.
I guess it couldn't hurt. Though, honestly, I don't see how this could have any bearing on Rarity's case. If Overall really was as close to those sisters as Playwright says, maybe Mr. Right was right after all, and Overall's suppression finally caught up with him.
They're in the middle of a show?
That doesn't explain why Rarity's been arrested.
Yeah, like, why would Overall just off himself in the middle of a show? I doubt it's that angle, Apollo.
Ugh.
I'm terribly sorry I couldn't provide you much more, Mr. Justice.
It's alright, but there is another way you could help us.
Really? Then name it!
Would you allow us to investigate the theater again? Maybe look through Overall's workroom?
Well, yes, of course. But both you and the police have already combed it over extensively. I can't imagine you'd find anything new.
What about where Overall Concept lived? I reckon there must be something there.
Same story, I'm afraid. The police investigated his and Coco's apartment from top to bottom before her trial. Sorry, folks.
Well, ain't that a kick in the head? Or two.
Is there really nothing new about Overall? Seriously?
Well, what about... No, that's dumb.
No.
Hey, wait. Don't shoot yourself down before you even said anything. Do you have an idea?
Kind of. It's just... Well, if we can't learn anything new about Overall, what if we learned something old? Like,
Like where he used to work, maybe?
I could most certainly tell you that. Before he came to Bridalway, Mr. Concept worked at a place called Charismatics Mare Attic.
That's
it's
a name.
Site for certain activities.
What kind of activities? Why are you saying it like that? It's not what I think it is it? No way. No way it's that. No. Did he used to work at a brothel?
Not that Overall ever engaged in them, of course. I'd never hire somebody with that sort of background.
But you hired him because he worked there.
Okay.
This might be a bit of a long shot, but does that name ring any bells for you?
Sorry, Apollo. I might know Manhattan a bit, but I don't know every place. Rarity might have, but I don't think this Charismatics Mare Attic even existed when I was a filly.
It's fine. Still, I thought I'd ask anyway. Do you think this place could help us then?
It might. I mean, Overall mentioned a few times that he had a room there, though I always thought he meant it was a second workroom.
It can't hurt to check it out, at the very least.
God, please tell me we're not seeing that goddamn pony, bro.
I can most certainly, but just, try and be quick about it.
Why? Not that we're about to go at this at a snail's pace, but is there some other reason we oughtn't dilly-dally?
It's just the lead detective is there right now. Part of his investigation, he said.
He said. Okay.
I had to show him there myself just now. He said he knew where it was, and then started running in the opposite direction. You might want to hurry if you've got any questions for him, is what I'm saying.
Lead detective? So that means...
Yeah. This is probably the guy who found the evidence leading to Rarity's arrest.
Jerk. I ought to give him a piece of my mind.
Simp.
Hey now, he was just doing his job. Don't you be fixing to yell at him when we head on over there.
No promises.
I'd love to help you all out more, but sadly I must be off. In spite of this tragedy, the work of the theater never stops.
We understand. Thank you, Mr. Playwright.
I wonder what that detective will say when we turn up.
It better be an apology.
Simp!
Honestly, it's not even an apology I want, but an explanation. This case already feels as murky as the last. Except for one thing. I know Rarity is innocent, and that's what I need to focus on. I can't let myself get distracted by other stuff, like these Pantomimia sisters or their connection to Overall. Rarity is the only one that matters. I'll find out what really happened that night, and save my client just like I said I would. Get ready, Equestria. Here comes justice.
Ah, that's clever. I like that. Oh, hang on. I want to see the credits here. So, Cadet Redshirt. I know she was not a... Wow, Cadet Redshirt played Applejack too? Awesome. Nice. Okay. Dash Muse Script. I'm Shadow. Shadow also played Spike too? Nice. Atta girl. Shadow.
To bring us all together, or is there
Isn't that?
Must put trust in me, even if you feel unsure. We must fly and chime on forward, so you forgive and forget. The clock is ticking, time to dial in and crank the gears into tomorrow.
Yo, this is a beat. Oh my god. Wait, no, not beat. A cat jam.
And shine on through rainbow, and I'll lead the way. We'll be a-okay. Look to
Yo, this is actually heat.
the sky now, fly into a new day. Don't let your past carve out your future. Defend against those who wish to hurt. History will not repeat. Never give in to the defeat.
Wait, hang on a second here. Where's Athena? Or is this just all people? Oh, no, actually, this is probably all just people directly involving this episode. That makes sense.
You must put trust in me, even if you feel unsure. We must fly and chime on forward, so we'll forgive and forget.
Wow. Okay. Quite a bit to digest there. So, I was not expecting to see a second case done. Like, we have an A and a B plot here. I don't recall if from the last episode they said anything about a second case. No, let me go back here. One second. So, let's
This
see here.
case had pushed me to my absolute limit. It tested my beliefs and my resolve. I thought by the end of it, I'd have emerged fully confident in my abilities. But instead, I faced only more uncertainty than ever before, both because of my actions and because of their consequences. So there we were, Rarity taken away, and all of us hurt, angry, and confused, unsure of what to do next. We each went our separate ways, but unlike last time, it felt like something had changed between all of us. Something that couldn't be undone. Was it because of what Equity said? Or was it because of what I did? I found myself wishing Luna was there. I thought she might provide me with some measure of comfort, but she wasn't. And I wondered why that was. There were so many questions. Not enough time to consider what we could do and what we could have done. In the end, my actions, my decisions, were my own. I couldn't go back on them, no matter how much I wished I could. But I figured that, as one case began with another pony being put in peril, I could look back at this last one, at those who had been involved, at Scootaloo.
I feel like what she says here,
one case began
as I
with
figured
another
that,
pony being
as one case began with another pony being put. Oh wait, no. That's like, as this case began with. Okay.
put in peril. I could look back at this last one, at those who had been involved, at Scootaloo, Sweetie Belle, Turning Page, and see what I could do to help them going forward.
Yeah, like at the end of the last episode, they didn't mention anything about Rainbow Dash's kit being put in the pen. So, like, maybe there's something that I missed in, like, some of, like, the in-between episodes, or, like, the behind-the-scenes episodes, or whatever. Yeah, it feels a little bit weird, because, like, I'm solely focusing on just, like, the main story. If there's, like, the side episodes, if they have anything to do with Rainbow Dash being put, in jail, I missed that entirely. That's the only one to blame is me on that one. But anyway, let's just talk about what we saw overall. So, the exposition at the very beginning was nice, especially seeing like overall concept was on trial. So, because I don't think that's something really any of us considered. Like, what was overall concept's past? All we really knew was that overall concept was very close to Coco Pamel and was thinking about even getting engaged with her. We don't really know much of the backstory, and this kind of unlocks a little bit more and like unveils and it's giving us the opportunity to ask more questions about him, especially with him being on trial. Like, what was he put on trial for? And it seems like he's a possible guilty party for the death of his friend, and said friend's sister is Gonzo, nowhere to be seen. We have no idea where they are. So, and it seems like not every pony is aware that a sister is dead. They are under the impression that both of them are gone. So that's interesting. It could be possible that, now this is just me spitballing here, but it could be possible that the sister killed the other and put the blame on overall concept. But I guess overall concept was considered not guilty from that trial, and then got a new job at Bridalway. Ended up meeting Coco Pamel. They were hitting it off, and then next thing you know, so that's my working theory for right now. It's just a theory, guys. A gay theory. Not bad, quitting. Oh my gosh. Anyway, voice acting overall, again, it was great. It was also great to hear I Am Shadow 007 being Spike, and also Celestia too. Shout out to I Am Shadow. Cadet Redshirt, always knocking it out of the park as Sonata, and she did great as Applejack. I forget if she was Applejack beforehand or not. I think she was. I don't remember. But yeah, everyone, of course, is doing a fantastic job as per usual. Fantastic cast of people here. The music, I feel like they really bumped it up a little bit in terms of sound, and in terms of everything, really. Like, the music, especially at the very end, was great. It was a cat jam in a hat, and I freaking love it. The animation looked a little bit different in a good way. Like, it looked more like the lips, especially, because I don't remember in this episode if it was like,
why can't you just see that?
Yeah, because like in the last episode, it kind of just, like, the lip sync was there, but it just looked like puppets almost. But in this episode, it looks like they're actually talking, like, you see the lips, like, moving like the way my lips are moving. So, like, definitely a lot more care and work was put into this, and I freaking love that. Yeah, because, like, it's again, like, as I mentioned before, like, it's crazy to see the very beginning of this series. Like, everyone was just like this, just like instead of like the way my lips are moving. And also they used like the I think it was the DS sprites, the Nintendo DS sprites of the characters for the human characters, for the Ace Attorney characters. And like we went full 3D. Wow, I cannot talk. This damn lip bite. But the fact that it went full 3D. And everything looks super clean and smooth, and oh my gosh, it's just like the amount of work and dedication that this team is putting in is incredible. Disney, watch out. God, oh, I freaking love this series. Everything about this is just fantastic. Everyone's doing such a good job. I applaud every single one of you. Guys, keep doing what you're doing. My only critique is, like, I feel like with the Rainbow Dash's plot, like, we were just thrusted right into that, and we're like, wait, what? I thought we were I was under the impression that we were going to get more information about Rarity's case, since we're going back to overall concepts, murder. But then not only that, are we investigating Rarity's case, but we're also investigating Rainbow Dash possibly being guilty for poisoning a fellow Wonderbolt reservist. When did that come into play in the last episode? I don't remember that coming into play at all. Although, I do remember somewhere in the last case, Rainbow Dash was ticked off. She flew away, and I think that was the last we saw from her. I think, or was she here in the? Was she in the ending for the last? Yeah, no, yeah, she was in the ending. So I'm going through the last episode. So Twilight was like, do you guys remember when Twilight was all like, "Hey, Applejack, what's with you and Pinkie? You guys been acting weird for a couple days," and like, and now I'm not seeing Pinkie Pie anywhere. I saw her during the trial, but like now she's not here. What's the deal? And then they did a flashback to a previous episode where like, "Hey, Applejack, where have you and Pinkie Pie have been?" Well, maybe this wasn't. So maybe we all already did know, but didn't. Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense. So yeah, I think they gave us a little bit of a breadcrumb to like what this B plot is. They're just subliminally telling us, hey, there's something else that's happening here. But I feel like they didn't really. I feel like we just went from the crumb to the whole freaking loaf. I feel like you gotta get from like small crumb to a bigger crumb to a bigger crumb, a bigger crumb, a half a slice of bread, full slice of bread, a few slices of bread, then we get the whole loaf. But I feel like we just like crumb, loaf, instead of like that, just like gradually building it up a bit more. That's just me though. Obviously, the writers overall are doing a great job, and like I feel like they know what they're doing. And hey, maybe more would unravel later. So that way we know and understand like what is going on, why is this happening, what they're doing. Yeah. Again, great start for this case overall. I hope I'm wrong with hearing that what's it called? Charismatic Smear Attic. Ugh. I hope I'm wrong with that. I hope to God that's not what I think it is. Oh God. Thank God it's Sunday tomorrow. Ugh. Lord in heaven help me. I'll be saying Hail Marys until Madonna has a new hit song. Guys, what a trip. It has been great. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe the original video and the original channel. Links to the channel and also the video will be in the description down below. Be sure to give plenty of love to all the people who have worked their tails off for this. It is a great project. And yeah, guys, thank you so much for hearing my inputs and takes on the video. If you enjoyed everything that you see in here, give myself a like, subscribe, and comment. And be sure to check out my other videos. And I guess that's really it. I think it's safe to say I can wrap this up now. So guys, take care of each other, love each other, and I'll see you next video.